Hello and welcome to a very special video interview series at ETBFSI.com. With the insurance penetration on a higher side, and the economic survey has also projected that India is going to be one of the leaders among the G20 nations in the insurance space, there is a lot of stuff that need to be discussed. For this, today we have with us Sandip Goenka, who is MD at ACKO Life Insurance, to discuss and deliberate on a range of topics for the insurance sector. Hello, sir, and welcome to the show.
Thanks, Vikas. Thanks for having me here.
So the pleasure is mine. And to begin the conversation, first thing first, we would like to understand from you is that what makes an effective partnerships between the insurance and insurtech sectors, and how these partnerships are flourishing as per your understanding.
So I would say because the InsurTech has been playing a very pivotal role in shaping this insurance industry now. You can say insurance was somewhat a laggard when it came to digital adoption, when it came to digital transformation. And InsurTech, along with the insurance companies, is now making that accelerate and making that possible earlier than we would have thought of. So if you see, all insurtechs, there are insurtechs in the space of customer experience, customer onboarding. It could be with respect to claims management or getting customers on board. So accelerating your acquisition of customers. I think this, whether in each of these various value chains, I think they are playing a very pivotal role. And I would say there are players like us who are, direct manufacturers as insurtechs. So in either of these, we feel collaboration is the way out rather than competition. This will enable better penetration and growth of the industry.
So would you like to share that what average age size falls into your customer set? And is there any specific reason behind the particular, age group coming into the insurance as a product?
Yeah, sure. So what we have seen, because about 95% plus people who buy insurance from us, when they buy are at the age of 44 or below. We also see, of these people, about 50% of the people are first-time buyers. And again, 50% of the people they have some sort of an insurance, but they feel it's not adequate to cover all their risk. So they are buying additional covers. From an insurtech perspective, I can tell you a typical age of 25 to 35 is where people are ready to and willing to adopt new things. ACKO being a new company, these people like, controlling things from their mobile phone, with few clicks, buying a policy, etc. And, any sort of service requirements are also can be fulfilled from the app. So, we see a lot of adoption happening in that age group. What we would love to see more is, participation from the women, which only stands at about 15% at our end. So, like I said, people are willing to adopt quickly. They are the ones who onboard us, and we look forward to serve they and other people who need insurance.
So now one very important thing which is trending is the artificial intelligence and the new tools coming into the picture. And if we talk about the young population as well, so how do you think that both these could be correlated in the insurance sector, and what more needs to be done to bring more and more younger population into this space?
Yeah, I think maybe I'll answer your second question first. How do we bring more people into the insurance arena and people getting covered? I think it's more related to awareness, to be honest, because the awareness is missing. There's a real need for insurance, and people don't understand, and they see it as complicated. They see it at very expensive. So awareness and affordability, I think insurance at this moment is very, very affordable. I would say the mortality rates are much cheaper in India as compared to other parts of the world. So it's a little bit more about how do we create this awareness as soon as the dependency happens on you, your family members are dependent on you. There is a need to make sure they are well taken care of in case you're not around. Use of AI and automation, machine learning, etc. So we have now built in what was basic, building blocks required. So we have the policy administration system, we have the reinsurance and the underwriting systems in place. We will be working towards enabling AI. So just to give you an example, the questions that are asked at the time of onboarding, People hate those questions. It is almost like you're interrogating someone. So we are trying to build a conversational model where, ChatGPT is asking certain questions where you feel very comfortable sharing those answers. And using those answers, we are able to fill the proposal form. It just doesn't feel like, you are buying an insurance. It feels like you're conversing with a friend of yours. So elements like these, then again on machine learning and artificial intelligence around claims, ask minimum documents, use your tools, validate those claims, pay them early. In the need of an hour, are you with your customers or not? So we'll be using more of AI and machine learning for customer experience. And of course, with it comes with risk assessment, etc. We'll be doing a lot of data-driven underwriting, etc. So all these should first it should help the customers feel ease at buying insurance, make it easy, and at the same time, because of all this being done by machines, it'll cost less, so the premiums are expected to go down.
Sir, you have recently transitioned from the role of CFO to the CEO. Would like to understand from you how was this transition, and which role you find more challenging.
I think both are challenging, but both are exciting. I would say as CFO, I joined a point in time where we were busy with licensing, getting our first set of products out. Though we are a startup within a startup, so ACKO as a company has existed, but ACKO Life is a very new company. So, I was running almost this as a new company, pre-revenue, holding, running a very tight ship, very controls on the cost, etc., and building a very very sustainable model. As I transitioned into CEO role, my focus has moved a little bit more towards customer experience too. So I do end up going out and spending a lot of time with customers, trying to understand what they really need, then convert that into the products that we build to serve them. So it's a mixed bag, both exciting and challenging at the same time, but I'm loving it.
That's really great to know. Now I would like to, bring back the CFO in you and put some questions likewise. Like, how was ACKO's performance during this fiscal? If you want to give some, small tour.
So it's a early days, I would say. We have started seeing people wanting to adopt us. So we are starting to see more interest, more visits to our app and our websites. What we have also seen is, there are some initial hiccups in terms of, people wanting to understand ACKO is new, how would it work in a long term, etc. But ACKO has been, successfully able to create a good history with, serving people on the GI side. So with this, we see early adopters of ACKO, early adopters of digital are coming and buying and purchasing policies from us, and we are able to serve them very well. I would say we can easily aspire to be a 500 crore revenue company in 5 years time period. So that's sort of visible from here on.
But also, would you like to, take us through your long-term and short-term financial targets?
Tough to say, because like I mentioned, we everything is what we are trying to do is customer backward. We customer have shown us the love and affection, and they have bought policies from us. Short term, I think because of the model that we are in a complete D2C. We are not going and selling and forcing people to buy policies from us. As and when people get to know us, they discover us, they come on our app, look at our prices, which are relatively lower as compared to others. The services are better. We provide other services as well, like will service. So people who buy insurance from us can create their own will on our app, etc. So more than marketing of course will be required from a brand, category creation perspective. Brand is always already established for ACKO. As and when this category creation happens and word of mouth happens in terms of how seamless we are when it comes to onboarding, etc., we'll start this, expansion rapidly.
Do you have any plans for, towards the rural expansion? And when we talk about the rural expansion, if you foresee the masses of Bharat, so what are the challenges that you face, and what kind of, digital literacy you feel that is required in for that particular segment?
Yeah, see, I'll go back a little bit in terms of our philosophy, Vikas. So we are a D2C player, a digital savvy customer who uses 10 to 15 apps. every day, is the first, probably adopter of ACKO. Now we also know that there is heavy digital penetration even in rural and semi-urban areas. So the beauty of our model is we don't need to be present everywhere. Anyone who knows us, uses an app, can buy a policy from us to that extent. Um, we will initially see some more traction in the urban and semi-urban areas. But as people adopt more and more digital, I think we will be, we are always available to them. We do not plan to have feet on street in, whether it's urban or semi-urban or rural areas.
Sir, now coming to the industry perspective, we are, the government is focusing towards the Viksit Bharat by 2047, as well as insurance for all. So in this journey, how do you see, what role does InsurTech play?
So I think government is moving in the right direction. So there was a task in hand at their end in terms of reforming the regulations, which they have done very beautifully. So they, while there are some pending amendments to the act, but I think all of them are moving in the direction that will ensure insurance for all by 2047. Um, from an insurtech perspective, I think government has also laid down what will help us get there. It's really the affordability, accessibility, and awareness, right? So insurtechs can really help build all of these three pillars. From an awareness perspective, there are insurtechs where which can help reach the last mile. So making people aware of what the insurance is, education. There are insurance companies and insurtechs really focusing on education. So that's the first step, I would say. Now, insurance, one could ask, how is affordability and insurtech related? I would say that's where the economies of scale come into the picture. If you can use technology, can actually bring down the cost significantly. The moment you bring down the cost, you start passing on that to the customers, so the premium starts becoming lower. And then hence some to some customers where premiums were earlier not affordable, they are now affordable. So I think a combination of awareness and accessibility. Sitting here, I can write a policy in a remote village, right? So there is no need for me to be present there. It is virtually impossible to be present everywhere. So I think a combination of these three insurtechs can really help build this and increase the penetration and help to the agenda towards insurance for all.
So now we would like to come back to ACKO-specific developments that we would like to understand from you. That do you have any plans for recent fundraise for the organization?
ACKO Life, Vikas, is well funded. We have all the commitments available to us from a growth capital perspective. And any fundraise at ACKO tech level, I might not be the right person to commit, but we are sufficiently funded today to make sure we are on a growth path.
And sir, what is the number of claim raised and settlement ratio for you?
So on the claim side, a lot of work has gone in, Vikas, in terms of how quickly can we settle claims. So we, as of now, we have settled to 2,300 plus claims. And our settlement ratio is upwards, significantly higher than 99%. So hardly very few claims due to non-disclosures been repudiated. Having said so, our focus is equally on the speed, because this is the moment of truth for our customers. They need that financial support. So we are able to, large part of these claims, we are able to, fulfill and, make the payment within 4 days of getting all the documents.
So we already discussed about the AI and the new tools, but still want to understand from you that being an tech savvy player, how have you seen the insurance evolving with the introduction of new digital channels and these mediums in this space?
Yeah, so I can talk to you from both perspectives, from an insurer perspective and from a customer perspective. So customers, I would say digitally savvy customers and financially sophisticated customers, right? People who understand the need for insurance, the first choice now has become digital, because these people understand what they want to buy, so they do not need a middleman. They come on the app, they are able to do things on their own, and it's like liberty of choice. They decide, they do it. It's the trend is upwards. Having said so, if you ask me, will no one buy policy offlines? No, that will never happen, right? Because different people, different level of understanding. So I think both offline and online will flourish. We are yet to penetrate enough. So there's equal opportunity on both sides.
So now the government has also come up with 100% FDI in the insurance space, and everyone is talking about this new development. What is your opinion on this, and how do you see that this is going to bring the changes in the coming years down the line?
Yeah, because on this, it's a long drawn answer, I would say, but I'll try to answer this. So it's a very welcome approach. I think it actually tells you what's the intention of the regulators and the government. So they want to liberalize this. They want to make sure protection reaches to the last mile. So they're making sure capital is available for that. But having said so, one has to understand that if you are to be in India, 100% foreign capital. It needs more than that. It needs local understanding. It needs the distribution to be able to sell those policies. So I believe we'll continue to see more joint ventures and partnerships in spite of the fact that there is 100% FDI. Having said so, we might see a few players like, the history says that the FDI was at 50 and then we went to 74. But then also only three companies, went to 74. So even if foreign partners are coming in, I think they will need the local expertise. They will need the distribution. I think partnership will be the way to go. However, it does solve for edgy cases, right? If let's say there is a 74-26 partnership today with 74% coming from a foreign partner, and if the Indian partner is not willing to put in further capital, the foreign partner can put in capital, and then the share can go beyond 74%. So it does help those edge cases, I would say. At ACKO, we welcome this approach, and we'll closely watch this of how best we can make use of this change.
So one last thing that I would like to understand from you, that after such a vast experience being as a CFO and CEO for the insurance sector, what you see that more needs to be done in terms in terms to make it more accessible and more user friendly product.
Yeah, simplification is the key, because I think as an industry we have overcomplicated this. As an industry, we have mixed. For our own benefit, we have mixed insurance with investments and savings. I think if we stay true to the purpose, we simplify our products, significantly. Customers can easily understand on their own is when they will start buying it rather than we trying to sell it. I think there is also need to, awareness is key, and awareness doesn't happen overnight. So something like we have all seen, awareness programs on the mutual fund side, mutual fund sahi hai. The industry is working towards those also. From an industry as a whole is working on insurance awareness program. So making people aware and keeping products simple, I think, are the first two basic steps to make things happen when people start to appreciate the need for insurance and they buy these products. So I would say if we can work over the next couple of 1 to 2 years on these two aspects, I think itself will speak in terms of the penetration that we will see.
So, sir, how do you see the protection and investment under the umbrella of insurance, in the coming years on the line?
Right. So, because again, I would say there's a little bit of history to this. Insurance started way back. At that point in time, there were very limited avenues for investment. So, both investments or savings and protection came under the same umbrella. But somehow, even after so many years, when we actually have a lot of investment opportunities, right? Mutual funds, FDs, properties, etc. To some extent, the industry stuck on to investments and savings products. I truly believe, protection is the real need. So by protection, I mean to say products like term insurance, products like annuities. So you have a risk of dying too early, which can be safeguarded through term life, and then the risk of living too long, where annuities can come into play. I truly believe, insurance companies should be focusing on these two aspects more than the savings elements. At ACKO, we are very committed. We would like to be the protection layer. So we, both on the GI space, we have largely have products around retail health, retail auto, travel insurance for individuals. So these are all protection backed. And same thing for life insurance. We will be sticking around term insurance, and over a period of time also start thinking about pension and annuities.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for interacting with us and giving your valuable time. Thank you.